And I noticed I've been watching your channel for a long time, and recently you're all about the play to earn gaming. I guess you feel like that's the way NFTs are going, and a lot of people always say that's the way the NFTs are going to go anyway. It's going to be like Fortnite, where if you earn a skin or you be able to, maybe it'll be interoperable and you could take it to other games and such. And since you're so big into the play to earn gaming, I know you have some sponsors, but you always keep it super honest. What's the play to earn game right now that's got you most excited?
Man, why are you trying to pigeonhole me like that,
Is
man?
that a tough one? I know you got sponsors and stuff, so if you say one, you can't say the other. It's just that I want to get into play to earn, and I like Zed Run because I'm into horse racing, but none of the games are just fun. They don't look fun enough to me. I need a Call of Duty play to earn or a NBA 2K play to earn. Maybe I'm a console gamer, but I
Yeah.
know that since you play all of them, and I watch you play quite a few, I haven't seen them all. There's got to be something out there that would get people excited, right?
I mean, there's a ton to get people excited about it, man. It's just not like super, in your face all the time. All these projects are still working and developing these games because, it's not like you'd be like, hey, I'm gonna decide to make a game today and shit. It'll be done next week.
Right.
I mean, that's gonna be a shit game. So, games take a long time. Shitty DeFi platforms that are gamified don't take a long time. You can just copy and paste. Coins, a bunch of other shit ass projects don't take a lot of time, but games take a lot of time. Now, when it comes down to, what I would recommend, it always comes down to like, what do you like? You know what I'm saying? I could recommend a solid game that you can play right now for any genre. You're like, this is the type of game that I love playing. And so you said like Call of Duty was the first thing that you said.
Yep.
Now, if you want to look at something similar, there's a couple of games that I will recommend that are actually really good. I wouldn't say they're like Call of Duty style level graphics. I mean, this is a game franchise that has been around for like 15, 20 years or some shit, you know what I'm saying? And has massive teams. So like comparing anything in crypto, Web3, with a dynasty like that is not necessarily,
Sure.
a good comparison. But here's my picks if you're talking about shooters. So right now, some of the top shooters that I like, Undead Blocks, they have a sweet ass $15,000 tournament that just started today.
Oh
That
wow.
goes through this weekend. You can jump in. It's a zombie killer, right? So basically, it's not multiplayer, but it's a small map. You go in, you're fighting waves of zombies. You're reloading, boom, boom, boom. They're attacking, and more come, and then you're trying to kind of kill the most zombies and place on the leaderboard so you can win money. Fun game loop. I'm actually going to jump in that probably later today.
Nice.
Then some other classic kind of classic style shooters that remind me a lot of like Team Fortress or maybe like early Counter Strike, something like that. Look at like EV.io, which is over on Solana, or you could be looking at Forge Arena, which is also on Wax. Both really great shooters, great community behind both of them, and and fun to play, man. If you just like jumping in and going pew pew,
Yeah, yeah.
they're both pretty fun games to play right now. So those are pretty good recommendations for the shooter category. Now I will say in sports, we don't have a ton of really good sports games they're like Web3 focused.
Those are
So
hard to make. Give me some RPG games though. A lot of people, I'm good
yeah.
on RPG. I like RPG games a lot too, and I think those work really well for NFT projects because if you find some treasure and it's worth some money, then it's like an NFT on the blockchain. So, what are some good RPG play to earn games that are out right now? Any in particular?
Good RPG games. Also kind of a hard one to because
Yeah,
that's like one of the longest development cycles of any
true.
type of genre of game, right? So will I say there's any really good ones out that I'm like, oh man, I could play this MMORPG? Like, in my opinion, there really isn't one that I could say, man, this one's solid. It has a good playability. Everything that is in that category is being worked on right now. So I think that that's something we want to come back to. So like things like Mirandus from Gala Games is one of the ones that's being worked on that people are really into, and then Mist is another really cool one that they've been working on for a while. And I mean there's quite a few, man. There's one called Mummy that I just was looking at today, and like but all these are in really early stages of development. None of them are really playable, what I would say at this point. I think that the play to earn element is something that we're really still trying to figure out in crypto. No one's really got it right.
Right.
A lot of people have tried. A lot of people have gone in that, in different directions, or they've tried to piggyback of what other people have done. But the fact of the matter is that we really haven't found that great formula for play to earn. As much as I love the play to earn elements and like, oh, how much can you make? Like, that's never been my focus. I don't give a shit about the small amount of money that you can make in most of these games. If you're making a ton of money, then it's not going to be sustainable in the long run, and that's the real problem. is that when it comes down to play to earn, people only want to play the game because they can earn. And if you tell people like, oh yeah, you can totally earn, and they say, well, how much? Oh, you could probably earn maybe a dollar a week if you really like play aggressive. And like $1, that's it. Oh, I'm not playing this game. And that's the exact opposite of what we really want with a play to earn element. I think that, you know, people need to understand that the biggest play in gaming and NFTs is being able to own your own assets that you're already paying for, right? People are buying skins every single day in these mainstream games, paying thousands of dollars sometimes, and you don't own those skins. You most likely can't trade them, and they're account bound, and you can't trade your account. They have a lot of stuff in toss that's going to kick you out if you try and do these things. And I think NFTs, that's one of the use cases that really solves a large problem in gaming, is the extraction of value that you know, these companies have that you can never get back, right? You can never get that back. And, you know, like VeVe in general, like they allow you to be able to sell and do things like that. If they said, hey, you can never sell your shit, I mean, would we have as many people here? Would this many people be watching? Would there be this many people on the app?
Probably not.
Not at all, man. No one would give a shit about VeVe.
Yeah,
That's simple.
absolutely.
They wouldn't care.
Makes sense.
So that ability is important, right? And having an NFT that you could prove that it was yours, that you could sell it, that it's not counterfeit, which is also a big thing in games and in apps and things like this. People can easily hack, you know, the code, and we've seen it time and time again. It happens all the time. But if it's an NFT and you can prove that it is your NFT and you can show that data, that's a big thing.